Right Life Draw, where I'll have some live drawings and artwork coming out. Again, I can't do it every day. I'm trying to keep up with posting on a weekly sort of a basis. Hopefully the video and the audio will match and all of this is being picked up. If not, I have done this for nothing except practice, and I'll have to get back on it again and do another reel, my blooper reel as it were. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm here to cover. Just I'm testing out the equipment. The send sign, I think I can show this, right? Yeah, it should be all right. Let me close this box up. So whoever wants this, I would recommend it. Sensign G72, that's 72 inches in height, which is 1.8 meters in height. For those that are out in Europe, selfie stick. It's fantastic. I was surprised at how sturdy it is, though it's sort of like a carbon fiber or some type of really hard plastic. It almost feels like a carbon fiber. Okay, I'm not certain. I'll look it up. Needless to say, it's got a real great reach and height. So when you stand up, I'm not that tall. I'm just like 5'8". But the fact is that the selfie stick itself will go up to a little bit above my head, which is fantastic. So I can angle the camera down. And also it allows you to pivot it with its the top armature, which I'm reaching for now, which I was messing up badly on the first. Actually, let me see if I can twist the camera with. Let me not move and move the camera. Wait, this is all just oh my gosh. All right, hold on, folks. Bear with me. I'm just trying this out. I'm a first timer like all of you out there, so many of you. But I got to tell you, folks, don't be scared. Don't be scared about none of this. Just get out here and do your thing. Make your channel, whether it's about cooking, when you're a juggler. I don't know, maybe you whittle wood. Maybe you build, maybe you paint murals and do that. Film that, talk about that. My thing is, of course, I do artwork. I read a lot of history. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none, and I've had the decades of life to actually sort of fill that in with all kinds of different jobs that I've been an employee of and so forth. But my main goals for this channel and the other companion channel, that's another long story as to why I wound up with 2 channels versus 1. It was actually Art of Business 1 and Right Life Draw sort of developed on its own because I could do the live actual hand drawings that I do and all that. For whoever's interested in art, hey, come through, come visit, holler at your boy. Yo, come visit me. And this one is really going to be mostly for just live stuff that I want to talk about. And more importantly, sorry about the lighting, by the way. This is like not what I really had in mind for my first sort of blooper video. But hey, it is what it is, and I'm going to make it work no matter what. I have a list of, I'm going to do a more proper video. I don't think a lot of my videos are going to be highly scripted as far as like having a teleprompter behind the camera, behind your position, or side by side with it, because that's that reading business, like looking over here, looking over there. I'm not really good at that, which is kind of the opposite of a lot of other people I've gathered. I've watched thousands of YouTube channels, and I've watched over the last 2 years just to prepare for this video that you see right here, right now. And what I've learned about a lot of these videos is of course, we know the high-end models of YouTube with the 100,000 followers and all of that good stuff. Hopefully that will come in time for my channel as well, for whoever wants to come by and be part of this overall is this a movement? I'm one man. This isn't a movement. It's a fam. If y'all want to join me, come visit me, see me do my artwork, see some unboxings of comic books and other collectibles. It might be a toy, it might be this, it might be that. Part of the reason for that, by the way, is that I used to buy and sell them as part of a store that I've had on eBay and elsewhere. But let me back up again. As you'll notice with time, I'll have like 6 different tracks going in my conversation with you. And I'll come back to each and every single one of my 6 tracks and hopefully wrap them up with a bow. So at the end of the day, I would like to just do the unboxings, present that to the viewing audience out there, whomever 1, 2, or 3 of you there might be. This is me, and it's interesting because going back to that comment I made about the setup of my cameras and my YouTube, and the same for whoever may be watching this at whatever point in time. Now, hopefully this might be even an evergreen video, which could be relevant in 2025. This is being filmed in 2024. But in 2025, 2026, or 2027, hopefully this will still be relevant to somebody that it could help. I understand because I've dealt with talking, giving speeches, speaking in front of people. So I don't really have that sort of like gut reaction or that, grab your chest fear or feeling of like not being able to talk to the camera. I actually like to look around the place where I'm actually filming for one particular reason above all others, which is I like to see what's going on around me. Of course, that's not as necessary. You'll see my eyes focus mostly on the camera when I'm in the studio, which I'm in now, my studio, my apartment. I don't really have two. That's not a thing. I know other people like may have that, but that's not really where I'm at financially at this point. So this is going back to that. Some people I've noticed that a lot of people really grow with their scripts. I'm a note taker, so that's my thing. I have two particular niches that I like to start off with, which is unboxings, again, of raw comics, graded comics, and miscellaneous collectibles. The second one will be about artwork that I'll showcase, including my artwork that I'll do. And maybe I'll do a live drawing, and you all can come in however you can. You all have schedules and lives and jobs and families and things like that. And if you can on your break, if you spend 10 minutes with me while I'm drawing, I appreciate it. That's all I could say. I appreciate your time and the effort that it takes to just, get on YouTube to begin with and be offered a video or look for a video channel and spend 5, 8, 10, 20, 15 minutes sometimes. Hopefully this isn't going overboard as far as time. I really don't have, nope, I do not have a timer. So I messed that up already in filming this. I want you all to see that, and I want you all to know that because it is what it is. And I'm gonna build this as I go, mistakes and all. Also, I don't really feel, there's something I want to say here though. I've recently been watching, I know about like other channels that I probably shouldn't mention about how they got a huge amount of followers or money that's coming in, the Dash folks and other channels that are doing what they're doing. I wish everybody the best. One of the things I don't want to do on my channel is start talking down or talking about other channels in large. I just don't want to spend my time doing that. I really have a couple of things, probably a couple of thousand things to share and to say with whomever comes in to visit and become an audience and a subscriber. I'm trying to figure out all the terms as I go along. And I really don't, I'm like I said, I'm 55. I just don't have time for the BS. If y'all do or somebody else does, have at it. Anybody comes for me in my comments, I would not recommend that. I particularly like constructive criticism. If you have it, great. I'll read it. I'll try to get back to anybody who leaves a comment now or in the future, even if it's 4 years forecasted into the future. But I have a busy life. I've got to deal with family. Fam comes first. Work-life balance. Got to keep that going. So that is a thing that moves me more than anything else. Along the way, again, I like to build a YouTube fam, and hopefully that'll come in time. And folks that will come in of a like mind, just spend a while. I think there is an overarching goal for me, and that would be that I would like to leave you all with something positive, something good, hopefully something new, maybe a new perspective, whether it's on art or whether it's the unboxings that I'm doing or the topic that I'm discussing that day for whatever reason. And you all can just take that hopefully and turn it around and make it something that grows within your life and it helps you in a positive way. So I don't really want to come onto YouTube at this very blooper first video. I guess this is the blooper first video and start tearing anything down because it's not my thing. It's just not my road. It ain't my walk. And I don't want to click like that with anybody. So hopefully we'll meet some new people along the way, and we'll get to talk through the comment section. I've still to set up an email, a public email where everybody can send me suggestions or comments and so forth. But I'm working on it. It's all a work in progress. And I think that even if I got to a point where this channel and the companion channel gain any number of subscribers, which future casting that, I would be very appreciative of, and I would thank them all profusely then and now. I still think at the end of the day, it's about, I agree. I was looking at, I will mention one channel, which was King Explicit. And he was talking about building community, building fam. And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, because there's a whole lot of other videos I've watched from a whole lot of other YouTubers that are just kind of grating. And I don't have time for that. There's enough negativity in the world. Every day we step out of our homes, whether you live in a house or an apartment, I do, in the big city, the countryside, or whatever. We all have jobs, a farm to build or to grow, spouses or lovers or friends that we have to deal with and work with, co-workers, responsibilities, bills to pay. Who's got time to come on here, watch a video to hear somebody just do an entire litany of just negative, 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 negative? I'm like, yo, every time I've run across channels like that, and they're out there. I didn't think there were, but there are. And I watched the presenter, whatever we're called, the creator, not really do much of creating anything. This is why I want to tell everybody that this is, also I'll do a future video as to how I wound up with two channels. It was by mistake because I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning as I went. And I didn't really have a lot of people helping me. I have a good neighbor, a friend of mine, shout out to Chloe, and who's helped me fantastically with just positive, upbeat energy and just working out the semantics of detail, technical stuff, how to set up a camera. Hey, should the channel be about this? Should it be about that? And a lot of the YouTube channels that profess to give you knowledge and information about how to start your channel, I'm a little bit more hesitant to recommend some of those, because I think that there's a lot of voices in that particular niche saying a whole lot of stuff, and some of it is contradictory. Once information starts becoming contradictory to what you heard the first 300 times, but the next 200 times it contradicts what the first 300 times said, you need to reassess who you're listening to and what you're getting, on whom or what channel you're getting that information from. There is one channel, I don't remember the channel. It'll come back to me. I'll give props in the next video, one of the future videos, I should say. I can't guarantee it'll be the next one for this or for the other. Like I said, I'm just starting raw, fresh, literally 2 months ago, maybe less. I don't have, somebody had said something which was so positive and pivotal at the same time. It'll come back to me. I'll give credit to that individual creator. That YouTube is if you want to make it just for having fun, you can do that. If you want to build a small sort of natural growing business from it, which is what I plan to do, and that is my plan, then do that. But it is also a community. I agree with that. But he said something. What was it that he said? He said, I want to sort of get this verbatim or close to. This is not verbatim. It's going to have to be the best that I can recall right now without actually looking up the quote. I wrote it down, believe it or not. I write down a lot of stuff, which also segues into another point I wanted to make, which was, if you're ever thinking or going to send me a comment, ask me through the comment section how I build this, how I'm building it, what works for me, which goes back to what that gentleman said, is I have a notebook. In that notebook, I've watched certain videos. I logged in the time, the date that I actually watched the video, and what the name of the channel was. So that's part one. That's the record keeping of the stuff that is pivotal to my education, to shore up information about building my channel on YouTube. The second and most important part is I have another section of the notebook that is about, I would say, a list. I've written a list of episodes that I'm going to be building. That I'm going to be filming with another side, sort of a partition with another side list of videos that I've already filmed. So that's there. Okay, I just gave it away. So I've already been filming, because this wasn't really as harsh or as belabored a point for me as I've noticed I have acquaintances and friends like all of you, and I've noticed that one pervasive feeling amongst a lot of YouTubers, newer. Again, I'm not speaking for those that have 50,000 subscribers and above, or have already been monetized and they've been on the air in these YouTube streets for the last 20 years, or not 20 years, but you know what I mean, the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years. I'm talking about new channels, new YouTube channels that are starting up in the last few weeks, the last few months, maybe the last year. I think that for me, one of the things that I've got from a group of being around certain friends, acquainted friends, closer friends, and watching some videos on YouTube itself, following the algorithm, as people like to say, is there seems to be for some people there's a lot of there was a lot of this talk about what was it, the faceless videos, and do this, and that YouTube is coming down on that and closing and shutting a lot of those down. I get that. But I know why people would want to do those videos and those channels. It is because a lot of people have an innate fear of speaking to a camera when there's nobody there and there's nobody to speak to. More importantly, excuse me, a little burp there, but more importantly, I think that they themselves are not used to, if that's the right phraseology here, of speaking to more than maybe 2 or 3 people at a job, or a family member, or of friends. I've noticed that when you expose people or put them front and center to, let's say, a group of more than 20 or 30 people, people shrink from that. I cannot again speak for the masses. I'm only saying I think that it is likely. I would say over 50% of people are like that, because they're not used to it. There's something in them that, again, maybe they're camera shy, whatever that term really means. I'm not sure, but we'll go with it. Maybe they're just scared of talking to large numbers of people, or maybe they think they can, but at the last second they feel that pull that inside their chest. As a sideline story to add to this, I'm going to have to edit this. I already realized that. Let me pause here, and then I'll continue this on the second loop. What do we call it? The second blooper starting first video. All right, folks. Catch you on the next one. Here we go.